Words that I know you don't like, Chris Brockman.
Uh-oh.
We've done this 8+ years now. I think, there's many things that set you off easily, but we're entering that part of the calendar year where the words that set off Chris the most are going to start to be said quite a bit. The quarterback gets paid on the open market what the market value is because it's his turn.
That's preposterous.
I used to be on your side with this.
Yes.
Right? And now I think I'm on his side.
Well, you better
Chappelle,
come
Jeff.
back home to my side because the way I've been laying it out is just what's known as spitting facts.
It's fact, but I don't have to
We're
like
not going to live in a world, okay, where Daniel Jones
Yes, we are.
makes more than Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, we are.
No, we are not.
It's coming.
That is not a world that I'm going to choose to live in.
I think it's going to happen.
I'm going to need Calgon to take me away.
You just heard Tom Pelissero say whatever the number is what Daniel Jones makes is going to start with a $40 million a year quarterback.
And the Giants will be laughed out of the league, and they will never win a playoff game again.
Didn't we hear that Daniel Jones being drafted? Joel Klatt came on the air the next day and said that it's going to set the Giants franchise back years.
I mean,
They just won a playoff game.
It took 5 years to
By
win
the
a
way,
playoff
that
game,
looked like ask the Minnesota Vikings if he looked like a $40 million a year quarterback. He sure did.
Yeah, ask the Eagles how he looked.
Understood. And that's your point, is that you don't pay somebody $40 million a year just to win one playoff game and hit your head on the ceiling.
That's insane.
I know, but that's the way it works. And if you don't like it, then don't own an NFL team because this is the way it's going to happen.
Okay, well, I was going to buy one, but no, I'm not.
They should tell him to pound sand and draft someone.
There is less pie.
Let me ask you this. This is a good one.
And Daniel's a nice guy.
This is great sports talk radio. Let's throw in another nice guy into this. Which quarterback would be, because we love to talk about pressure.
Oh, I love pressure.
It makes diamonds.
Yeah, bust pipes.
Here we go. Which New York quarterback would be under more pressure next year, making $40 million a year? Derek Carr or Daniel Jones? If the Jets signed Derek Carr
For 40, Derek
$40
Carr's
million
going
a
to get $40 million
what do you think?
per year?
Yeah, brother. It's his turn. Unless
His
they
turn
reset
for
this
what?
market. Unless they reset this market. Dak makes $40 million a year. How many playoff games does he win? All due respect.
I mean, 2, 1.
He makes $40 million a
We
year.
don't know. He's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, there's
Settle down just a little bit.
Quarterback of the New York Jets.
That's not the
Doesn't
same,
mean
baby.
anything.
It's not the same.
Excuse me.
2023.
With
New
all
York
due
City.
respect, it's not the same, Rick.
New York City.
East
Everybody
Rutherford,
back
New
off.
Jersey.
Everybody back off. We all understand where that is. King of the heap. Top of the heap. King of the hill. A number one. There's a song about it.
From Hoboken.
These old time blues.
Great retort.
Yes, he actually
Metropolitan area.
Yeah, of course.
There's a bridge. It connects them.
Seriously, answer the question.
Who's under more pressure?
Stop putting aside like they're not worth it.
Can we?
The market will bear what the market will bear, and most likely it will bear fruit for both of these guys. Daniel Jones stays put, $40 million a year. Derek Carr comes in, $40 million a year. Who's under more pressure? I know the answer to that question.
Daniel Jones.
Damn straight.
Well, Chris, what's Aaron Rodgers going to make? Because he's actually going to be in New York.
60 if
He's not coming to New York.
You don't think so?
No.
Still the favorite.
Great. Don't take it. I think he's going to eventually realize, perfect spot for him. Vegas, perfect spot for him. Tennessee, both of those, or stay put in Green Bay. All those spots
Who's he throwing
are
to in
unlike New
Tennessee?
York City. Again, the whole business of King of the Hill, all that business, the media crush, everything that he says that's out of the lane of sports, that doesn't get brought up to him when he's standing in front of his locker in Green Bay, won't be brought up to him when he's standing in front of his locker in Las Vegas or Tennessee. It will 1,000,000% be brought up to him standing in front of his locker in New York City. Everything he says outside of the lane of sports will be brought up saying, what did you mean by that really? What is your definition of woke, Aaron? That won't be asked of him. In all those other spots, it will be in New York, and I think he'll eventually say that he doesn't want a piece of that, despite winning in New York and him having a generational talent that could bring a Super Bowl there, and canyoning heroes and picking his confetti out of his hair. That said, Daniel Jones, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Boy, if he makes $40 million a year,
Hold on, I'm tweeting this out.
he makes $40 million a year. Because at least Eli, when Eli struck it rich, there was a trophy in the case, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He had beaten the Patriots, and it was time for his new contract.
The hell going on?
It's coming. This is what happens in every year. The market gets reset, and if you walk into the free agent market and it's your time, hey, Derek Carr got released by Vegas. Daniel Jones won a playoff game. You don't think he's going to make a number with a 4 in front of it? You just heard it from Tom Pelissero. Jordan Palmer is going to talk about the next crop of quarterbacks coming up.
I know that he's going to make it because these GMs are morons. Like, you don't have you don't have to pay them this.
You don't. That's correct. What you have to do then is start with somebody fresh and hope that you win it in the first iteration of their contract in the same way the Giants did with Eli before the market got like this, because that was before they reconfigured how you pay rookies. But also the way that Mahomes is on contract number 2. His contract at the time, $500 million. How does that look right now?
Genius.
Correct. So maybe you pay Daniel Jones this now, and a few years from now, it looks genius.
He ain't going to beat Mahomes, dude.
Well, you gotta hope that he can beat Mahomes if he's in front of him.
One of these days, one of these teams is going to figure out, you just churn it through. I draft a guy in the first round. He's my quarterback for 5 years. I say goodbye,
I know
and
that.
I start
So
over.
again, I know.
Somebody's going to do it, and it's going to change the sport.
I always pegged the Ravens as being that team first.
They should do it.
What a risk that is, man. Look, please. What a risk.
All the one playoff game they won in 5 years?
Don't forget about the jerseys they sell.
They'll sell
And the relevance that they have. Don't forget.
They'll sell new jerseys.
Oh, you sound like Seinfeld now. You root for the laundry.
It's true.
Come on. I don't know. One team might do it. Certainly, if you start to have to pay your quarterback $40 million a year with one playoff win on their resume.
Get out of here.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.